Charlie Floyd. Welcome to the recognition of Charlie Floyd and what you mean to the Wednesday Breakfast Group. It's been my privilege to put this together for you, Charlie, to kind of just show we didn't get everybody covered, but we got most everybody. The ones that didn't get on the video, of course, have expressed the desire and disappointment not to have done so, but also the desire to tell you individually how much they appreciate you and what you mean to them in their lives, what you have meant to so many. I remember first coming back into Myrtle Beach, and all I could do when I met somebody, if I didn't know them, I'd say, "Hey, do you know Charlie Floyd?" I think everybody in Myrtle Beach knows Charlie Floyd, and probably everybody for sure in Loris does. But we're going to attempt today to kind of give you just a little surface of what you mean to us, and you'll see some video clips, you'll see some conversation, you're going to see some pictures and so forth. And I want you to know that we truly do appreciate and love you, Charlie, and for what you mean. So without further ado, I'm going to put on my director's cap, and we're going to start and do a little video for you. Okay, here we go.
Hi, Charlie. Just wanted to let you know how much this group and what you do and it means to me. These Wednesday mornings are a great start, keeping me on track on my walk with Christ. What you do, though, is very extraordinary for the group. I mean, managing it behind the scenes and keeping things on track on Wednesday mornings are really great. But the other thing you do is you're such an encourager to each of us individually, and as the group, you really are our Barnabas. Thank you, Charlie.
I came to Myrtle Beach in October of 2009. I joined the Breakfast Prayer Group in October of 2010, and frankly, it's the best thing I did since I moved to Myrtle Beach. I certainly enjoy being part of a tribute to Charlie Floyd, who as I understand, let's call him the founder, started this meeting, and almost 15 years later, it continues. And what I got to say to you, Charlie, is thank you. You made me a better person. You made me a better man. And you're giving me a much better chance through your due diligence, through the people at the table every Wednesday morning. You gave me a much better chance to get in the kingdom of heaven. And I'll never forget you for that. Thank you.
Hey Charlie, it's David. I just wanted to tell you thanks a lot for including me in this Breakfast Fellowship group. The years that I've been coming out here, I've learned so much with you and the other guys here about humility and service, how to be a better man. Just feeling a part, being included has just enriched my life, and just knowing you from other things, the things we've participated in together outside of that, just everything about you. You've been a great role model for me, and I want to tell you thank you. I really appreciate it.
CF, Charlie Floyd, I met you August of 1983, and that began a long relationship of wonderful enrichment for my life. Mentor, sponsor, coach, and friend. I will run through brick walls for you with God's help. Over these many years, I have learned with your help and example that joy and peace comes only through a relationship with Jesus Christ. These intangibles, joy and peace, quench my soul's thirst, providing deep satisfaction. The glitter of the earthly world is tiny and dim. The light of Jesus' presence is brilliant and everlasting. When I walk in the light with Jesus, just like you, my friend, I become a beacon through whom others are led to Him. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. That's what you have meant to me. Thank you, and God bless you, my friend Charlie Floyd. And thank you for answering the phone on October the 18th, 1999.
Charlie, how are you? just a little visitation here with you to say how much I appreciate your friendship and what you mean to me and what you have meant to me for all these many years since I first met you in 1960 up at Furman. I know you have done many, many things and experienced a lot of life since 1960, and I just want to tell you that I am happy and proud to be a friend of yours, and I'm happy and proud that I have you as a friend. I know you have a birthday coming up, and I want to make that part of my well wishes for your birthday. And also I know that you have a 50-year reunion coming up with the Furman Paladin football team in 1963 that you played on, and 50 years. You had a lot of success, and you've had a lot of success since that time. And I just want to say that I'm lucky and proud to be a friend of yours, and lucky and proud that you're a friend of mine. So I know you're going to do all right. I know you're going to be healthy and wealthy and well, and I appreciate all that you've done with the group on Wednesday mornings. You and Bogey getting that thing started about 14, 15 years ago, and the number of people that have matriculated through there, and how many people have really enjoyed your leadership and your guidance. And we all want to say thanks, and we appreciate you, and we love you, man.
This group is my dessert on top of my breakfast. Yeah. I usually go somewhere else early, and then I come in and make sure I get the real boost of the day. And I've watched over the years, old Charlie now, he used to eat oatmeal and raisins and nuts and all that for breakfast, and I was wondering what's going on, a lot of fruit and all that. And all of a sudden now he's eating waffles with syrup and all this whipped cream on that stuff, and I'm trying to figure this out. And you know what he tells me? He says, I'm not going to tell you what works for you. I only do what I know works for me, and this is it. So the advice and wisdom of Charlie is always delightful for me. Go easy, my man.
Oh yeah, and he's always talking about balance. See, that's one of the things that was so much missing in my life. I just got overbalanced with everything, And so Wednesday's perfect because that's right in the middle of the week. That balances it out, I don't get too far away from the front of the week or headed too far towards the end of the week, I can focus on that middle part, and know that, I'm going to get something good right there in the center.
I met Charlie in 1960. I certainly can think back a lot of glorious years playing football with Charlie alongside of me. And if you want to meet somebody who ran the gamut of being such a terrible, terrible drinker, such a terrible alcoholic, and not a very nice human being, to one of the most gracious, wonderful Christian men that you'd ever want to meet. And that's Charlie Floyd. The drastic, I should say dramatic turnaround is something to behold. And it can only be done with Jesus Christ at your side.
Amen, brother.
Hence the basis for my words directly to Charlie. It's amazing what comes from that man's being. It's so in depth, and it's so sincere, and it's so meaningful in relationships and things that are generated through his presence and his overall service to humankind. I'm glad I didn't play football with him. I might have been killed.
And that's the one really overriding thing about it all, and I think it's what we all pick up. Is what I love about Charlie is it's all about Jesus.
Charlie, I want you to know that I think you have the largest that I've personally witnessed heart of anybody that I know. I think you are a fantastic person. I think, actually, I do want to be a little bit serious. The Wednesday morning breakfast group has been important to me through the years. Although I don't make it each Wednesday, I do appreciate it, and I appreciate your efforts to do that. Also, I want to tell you that I've seen you go through some very difficult times financially and just working through life, and you have come through it in flying colors and have handled it with such grace and humility that I would not be able to do. I would not be able to go through it the way that you went through it. And that's because you rely on God, and you've been such a mentor and example for me. I'm so grateful to have you in my life and to have the privilege of calling you a friend, a true friend. You have continued to impress me time after time after time, and I know I know you'll say this because of your relationship with God and Jesus, and I appreciate that, and I believe it is, and I believe that's where my strength comes from as well. And my strength is increased through seeing examples like you and witnessing it firsthand. You've been such an inspiration, and I've enjoyed our time, playing golf. It's such a treat to cut up with you and talk with you, live life with you. So I can't say enough about you and what you mean to me, also what you've done for my family, the prayers, the mentorship. You're such a tremendous part of my life, and so grateful for you, and I do appreciate all the laughs, and I continually think of your. Oh, I've been meaning to ask you. What size shoe do you have? Or what's your shoe size? Because, well, I don't want to give it away, but I was thinking of getting you some shoes, and I wasn't sure what size they were. I personally wear a 15, but I was thinking that you were like a 11 or 12 or something. Anyway, just let me know when it's convenient for you. Okay, well, thank you again for being who you are and for all you do. You mean so much to me, and I love you, Charlie.
Even though Dick could not be with us and could not get a video to you, Charlie, he wanted you to know that the breakfast meeting group on Wednesday is the greatest incentive for a snowbird to come south, especially him. Thanks from Dick Alves.
How about Charlie, thank you. I just wanted to say thank you. I think this is a great idea, getting everybody together to wish you the best, although I don't want that to sound like you're going anywhere, except that we're all going somewhere, and we appreciate you being with us on the journey. So thanks again very much.
Well, Charlie, I'm the newcomer on the block, but I have appreciated your leadership, your constant encouragement, and the love you express towards all of us. And so these few months has really been a help in my continuing to grow in stature and love of the Lord. Thanks a lot.
Charlie, I'm in front of the Carolina Opry right now, and we're waiting on one of the stars of the program. Been here for a few years, and we're going to join him to get his comments about Charlie Floyd and what Charlie has meant to him and his life. Charlie, I want you to always remember that the impact of things that you do through Christ goes on and on and on in every life that you touch. And I know you know that. Thanks for encouraging everybody that you meet. Thanks for being kind to people. Thanks for showing them the light of Christ in your life. Thank you. Now let's go inside and see who we can find.
Charlie, You mean an awful lot to us, and our meetings wouldn't be the same without you. And you know, I had to take some time off work here to get this thing done. We're pretty busy here this afternoon, but I just want to say how much I love you, how much you mean to us. God bless you. It's just things aren't the same without you around. You've said that to me many a time. And as you've often said to me, the fragrance of the rose remains on the hand which cast it. God bless you, buddy. I love you very much. I'll say it. Thank you, Charlie.
Thanks, Charlie.